planted it earlier this week, just seeing if they might have sprouted or not. We got put in winter peas and some oats and stuff in there. And just one of the spots where I take my kids to go hunt. Easy to get into, and it's been paying off the last couple of years. My oldest boys harvested 2 deer now from this 40-acre plot we're going to. Cut out of it. Weather came together at the right time. We ended up putting, this is about 1/4 acre. We ended up putting winter peas and oats. And there was some seed mix. Had maybe some clover and some other stuff into it. But majority of it was winter peas and oats. So, see how it does for this year. The other end of the field, we end up putting about another, maybe a little over 1/4 acre. We end up putting winter rye in, and it done really well last year. Well, we're back up here this evening. Brought a couple things in to get the blind. Shooting lanes cut out and everything from where it's at this spring and summer. Got a new toy here, trimming some of the branches out of the way. Got some high hopes for that thing. It's gonna look like it's gonna make the job a lot easier. Try to use pruners. Come down here to where we planted this food plot in here. See, a lot of times, which a lot of deer come up out of here, they'll filter out of this bottom into here, or they'll use these corners of this food plot to come in. That's how we try to target them off from this blind up here. As you can see, the decent amount of trimming that I do to be able to get our shooting lanes cut in. So get them to walk out right through here. Try to come down. Try to get downwind of where the food plot is. So we stay off on the back side where they don't really go back up in that brush too much. It's hard for them to get downwind of us that way from direction. A lot of times they're coming out of this hollow down here. You got the dogs out here letting them run around. But yeah, you can start to see where the sun is. Wow, this stuff's all popping really good. We'll go up here and look at this blind. I'm sure there's a few things inside we have to do to it too. So we use this four-wheeler trail right here, or side-by-side trail. Comes in from the creek from the bottom. We walk up it. We create a little path. Try not to make it too noticeable through here, just because deer will start using it. That's not what we want. Try and keep them all from trying to screen us from this side of the blind coming in here. But there isn't like any saddle or anything that they're using through here. So a lot of times they'll cross the field back in there and come down and around, and they'll get downwind of it in front of the blind here on this side. So there ain't a lot of times we don't have any deer that's coming back in this direction when the wind's blowing this way. Got Dalton here. He's the one that normally gets in these blinds. Hunts is what, last few years he started bow hunting, and set a lot of the stuff up for him. We came in and leveled a little spot out inside the woods here, inside all this olive, and it grows in really nice. Just got to trim some of these branches that are up against this blind, and some of the shooting lanes out in front of it. So, but it's really quiet, easy access. Looks like we got mouse nest, tripod for filming, but it's got a wasp nest there too. We gotta clean a few things out inside here. I'll get back with you. Here's inside the blind. We've been on a battle of trying to take it back over from the wasp. We got in here and had about 3 or 4 nests, but you can see here that all our shooting lanes have grown in. Can't even see down into the field. It pops up over the hill. We got a couple more wasps still got to kill. I'll keep you updated on all this. This is pretty much one of our deep winter blinds. We don't hunt too much early season in here. This causes you gotta close it all up because you can't have all these windows open, obviously. You'd be spotted in a heartbeat. Well, we got everything cleared out. I mean, there's a few sticking up. That kind of gives us a little bit of cover. Still gives us shooting lanes right in here, like with a gun back down in there. It's for like later season, but our main shot we're looking for is right through here. It's a good 20-yard shot. Man, we're still fighting these wasps. Can't get away from them. Where'd that thing go, Dalton?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, old DeWalt did us good today. Took a lot of hassle out. That was a lot of stuff to cut through. I've been hard with pruners without taking away all of our cover that hides the blind. So, come in here, check it out, and see what it looks like from back the other way. So we really do enjoy this blind. You can remove the outer shell of it for summertime, so it don't sit out here and get all the weather and everything. But it's been in this woods. We kept it up this first year to see how it'd handle it. It's done really well. But it's about 10 foot up, just enough to get over the trees. Conceals a lot of scent, that's why we like to hunt out of them. A little more comfortable for him to be able to sit longer, and me even, to have all the camera gear taken the blind with us. This makes things a little bit easier. Come down here by the food plot and look back. Definitely opened up some of it there. We got some shots that we can take down in this field now, especially they start coming across up through here, walking in. I like to come through this, and then we do here in the high. You're allowed to have a bait pile, so we do run a bait pile in this setup. We will throw some minerals out for them. It does help, but most time we rely on this. This sustains for the small pieces we have around here. We don't have a bunch of farmland like crops around us here real close, so like this stuff right here helps out deer crops quite a bit. where it helps out with them getting through the year and winter, and we get to see a lot, and it seems to sustain a lot of deer. We got a lot of brush, a lot of hills. So there's one of the cameras that whoever watches this. But we'll see when this stuff starts growing. Watch the deer come into it. Pretty excited. See how we'll run down to the other spot where Dalton's had the last 2 bucks he's killed shot out of. So gonna show you how we have that kind of set up. It's about the same way, same wind we're looking for. This is basically, I keep this thing mowed down pretty low to keep fresh growth in this grass. Really well. We have a 2x4. It's an old blind I had, and I made a 2x4 frame to wrap the blind around, just because it sits inside this barn. Stays out of a lot of the weather, but it's about 10 foot up in the air, and it helps tremendously. Like, we get a lot of deer. This is kind of a natural saddle too, so like this, everything basically in the area where we hunt, it's all big deep ravines and tall ridges, hardwoods and brush. It's a lot of thick stuff were logged maybe 40 years ago, and just now some of it's starting to grow back. A lot of these areas through here. There is like a big hardwoods on the backside of all this stuff here, but this right here, this little saddle, really brings mature deer really like to walk out right here in this corner. We get does that do all kinds of stuff, but most of our deer we end up seeing do walk out right here, or somewhere right here in this low, skinny pinch point. But let's go up here and let you see what it looks like out from up there. So it's kind of how we transition now, which I'll get rid of a lot of this growth that's happening in here. Knock a lot of that down. Come up, climb up this little hayloft ladder. And this is like this is a barn from a long time ago. I don't know how many years, but how this thing is constructed is, it's definitely how they used to do it. Just kind of checking to make sure ain't no wasp nest or any creatures inside, because we haven't been up in here for a while. But yeah, this is basically what it looks like. This blind here. Coast is clear. Any wasp nests like the other one was. Come in, we got a pretty good sight all the way out through there. It's about, right here is about a 20 to 25 yard shot, that area right there. It's normally what we're aiming for. We don't want to shoot much further than that. So, like I said, they like to use this pinch point right here. They like transition between there and there. It just really worked out that this old barn was here. And you're in the woods, adapt and overcome. I mean, that's like our motto. If we can find a way to try to get one of these things on the ground, we'll use what we can. We have like a roadway that comes off. That's how we walk into the blind. So only walk in when the wind is obviously blowing behind us here. We walk in with the wind in our face up into this barn. A lot of our scent gets concealed because of it, having the barn around us and then inside the blind. But this is one of our go-to setups. Really like sitting here. Another one we're just trying to get it started and see if we can get 2 spots in this property. An overview. Just want to say thank you if you're still watching the video. I'm really new to this, and I like getting out, and I take a lot of video. I filmed almost all my hunts in the last 3 years. I've had a couple of successful ones. The last couple of years I haven't got anything myself. I've been basically putting most of my time into my oldest boy, Dalton. He's 8 this year, and this will be his 3rd season hunting. That's what's really most important to me. Just make sure he's out and outdoors and enjoying it and having the same feeling I get when I come out. But I take a lot of video and I never really share it, and I think it's a good opportunity for me just to start showing some of the strategies and stuff that I use when I got in the woods. I think some of it's unorthodox, like a ground blind sitting inside a barn. It's not something I see very often, but it works really well. You just got to look at the way your property lays out and the different ways you might have to attack it. Not every strategy is going to work the same in everybody's woods. So you always got to look at it and see maybe a different way you got to go about it. So just want to share some information that I've learned and the things that I tried differently. So just keep watching. I'm going to keep updating things and sharing as much knowledge I got and different things that I do. Like I said, we're going to try to go out to the public land tomorrow and scout some of it. Brett's already been out there doing, he probably has 5 cameras running already, but kind of get an eyeball on it and see what we can come up with, because he found some pretty big sheds out there this spring, and want to see if any of them showed up on camera where he's found them at. So thanks for watching, and see you to the next video.